From timelessness my soul descends. I am earth and water, fire and wind. I am a spark of the original flame, now a being of form on the material plane. You cannot know me by what you think you see. This is but a shell wherein the real me dwells, the ether, the essence, the spirit of me. I witness the many faces I have chosen to be, yet I am not them. They are not me.
I die to my ego self. I die to my ego self. I die to my ego self. I unplug from all imagery I have associated with my true self. I dissolve the labels, the identities, all of the many faces I have believed that I am, only to discover the divine of all mysteries, that the real I within the I, the formless I am, witnesses the many beautiful faces, all of the shape-shifting forms, peering back at me in the mirror. I experience fear and suffering in the face of a sacred letting go, only because I have forgotten who I really am. I drop my identifications that seek to define me, the many faces of time's conjured apparitions, as a mirror that does not cling to images before it. I die daily to my ego self. I witness the union, the harmony of opposites, life and its many changes, that which cloaks itself in an illusion called death. With its body of conditional realities, I let go and invite liberation. I see the will of the Creator in all of the events of my life. I affirm that this life of mine is mystical and sacred. My third eye observes life spread out over the multidimensional landscape of timelessness, free from the bondage of opinion and judgment. I accept all that I see as a gift. It is what it is. It is perfect. I am as I am. I am perfect. I see only in the present tense. All exists in the eternal now. Nothing behind me or before me has relevance to this moment and my present state of mind. I am one with the timeless now. I die to my ego self. I become a changeless state of consciousness in the realm of no opposites, beyond all things dual in nature. I transcend my own dual thinking, spinning into freedom away from labels of confinement, the bars that secure the cage of my immortal being. I spin as the dervish into the eternal realms, into the embrace of the Divine One. My divinity enshrouded in the tyranny of the flesh, cloaked in starlit thought forms, expressed in this dreamtime world. I remember the union of opposites. It remembers me and visits without invitation. I am the sacred symbol, the creative energy, the order rising out of primordial chaos, an awareness, a consciousness, a presence, traveling as light manifested of intention and desire, to rendezvous with destiny. I cleanse myself of counterfeit self-esteem. I die to my ego self. I die to my ego self. I die to my ego self. I command the resurrection of my light body. My light body has emanated the illusion, the mirage, the image that I see in the mirror, and I have called it me. I release this clay body of opinion and vain preoccupation with the ever-changing impressions I have of myself. I see myself as I truly am, peeking from behind the veil of all that I am not, witnessing this existential dance of shadows and light. I am a body of light. I am a body of light. I am. I am. I am. I am one with the ultimate, the eternal I am. The light that I am breaks the container and reveals the contained. I pierce the veil of form and shift into the frequency of the realized self. I am pure light energy. I am enduring beauty. I am undying. I am formless consciousness. I am enlightened awareness. Nameless, faceless, timeless. With no story that precedes me or succeeds me. I am nothing, therefore I am everything. I observe my physical form from a comfortable, non-personal distance, through the third eye of my light body, unattached and objective. I can shift from one reality to another and back, at will. I do not feel threatened by my released attachment to any particular reality. Only the eternal reality of my own beingness engaged in perpetual becoming. I command my inner child to grow up. I embrace the everlasting now. I accept and heal feelings of loss of identity that the shift between form and essence may bring. I awaken from this dream and realize there is no shift from one self to another self. There is only the self, transfixed in time as I have measured it, dissolving this figment of my imagination into a sea of forgetfulness of the lies I have called myself. Awakening from the hallucination, ascribing permanent reality to transitory states of being. I am free from that. Nature abhors a vacuum. As I empty myself of illusions of myself, I fill the void with light, divine light, compassionate light, loving light, the brilliant light of the Most High. I become as nothing, melting into the warmth of the light that I am, rising from the ashes of desperation, with its craving and clinging attachments and aversions. breaking this spell of this joyless hypnosis, rejecting my conditioning. I rejoice in the continual becoming one with all things. I dissolve as light into light. I am not my own. I surrender to the unknowable divinity to whom I am well known and well loved. My body vehicle knows its parking space on the lot of humanity. Grounded and anchored by a cord of silver light, my light body frees itself of its container. I am not distracted by the remains left behind, regardless of their condition. I disengage from the fear, the shock, the drama associated with the container breaking. Regardless of the circumstances, the light of ultimate knowing touches my faceless being, and I relax and allow myself to be birthed into ultimate reality. I escape time. I feel the ambient surge of ecstatic energy move beyond the boundaries and limitations of my own linear perceptions. I am no longer paralyzed by the innate fear and foreboding of the inevitable transitions all souls are born to make. I accept that there is no transition. The illusion of two selves is a dream. I awaken from my slumber and arise in love as I am. I will no longer allow the tyranny of my attachment to worldly desires and superficial, fleeting whims to seduce me into forgetfulness of who I am. I have unjustly wronged my higher self with my forgetfulness that I am nothing. Nothing. One drop merging with an endless sea of consciousness. I see my reality as a part of all there is. Everything. I accept that I am nothing. Nothing of form-filled definition, judgment, and conditioning. I transcend these masks. I see with clear vision. I evolve from the realm of the perishable into the splendor of the infinite. I engage in a graceful dance in praise of my divine origin. The harmonious voices of the universe have called me nameless. I am summoned to rise as a being of depth and beauty, a beacon of the light from whence we all have emerged. My spirit is quickened as I realize the ultimate light is one with my own body of light. My light body survives my ascent from the physical form, just as naturally as it preceded it. I release all fear of the loss of form. I realize it is my original state. All else is expressed from that. I am that. I am limitlessly able to recreate myself beyond common imagination. I cherish my relationship with the most sacred ether, the comforter, protecting me, guiding me through every stage of existence. My essence seeks luminous expression of our sacred union. Grace, mercy, and love. Fulfill my every dream of being the dream born of the oneness of being. Now that I have observed the beauty of my true self, I feel free to reach out in full embrace of both sides of my dual nature, the perishable and the infinite. I accept them both as one. I accept them both as one. One side just as beautiful, just as perfect as the other. I do not fear my light. I do not fear my shadows. I do not fear for the container that houses this beautiful light that I am. I am safe. I am comfortable in my own skin. I am confident in my own being. I place my complete trust in the Divine One, knowing that my life and death are the expression of that. I release my fear of death as I release my fear of life. Nothing can happen without divine permission. Nothing threatens this formless being that I am. My formless light body cannot be destroyed. The container bears witness that this infinite body of light contained is the evidence of my immortality. The eternal being that I am cannot die. I can only die to my ego self. I die to my ego self. I die to my ego self. I die to my ego self. We do not die. Fear fades into the transformative light of ultimate reality. The opposite of fear is love. I love myself regardless of my ever-changing form. I love creation regardless of its ever-changing form. I love the changeless and know that I am that. The voice of my higher self advises me, you had better do what you came here to do. The seed of this advice becomes firmly planted within my heart. It is now my intimate companion and faithful friend. This seed takes root in fertile soil. This cherished moment and my physical life become transformed into a beautiful, mystical, sacred adventure. A grace and a blessing each moment of every day. I am here now. I am here now. And now I know that now is forever. I transcend linear time. I transcend linear time. I witness my resurrection from my physical body vehicle. My light body emerges, whole, complete, and very much alive. I am the observer of the fragile container that is the temple of my soul. Death, where is thy sting? Flesh and bone is perishable by nature, ultimately destined to fall into decay. I am unmoved by that knowledge. The physical form is my uniquely designed garment, appearing as many faces, morphing in and out of many stages, the many mirrors of my life. I thought each one of them was me. Which one of them is me? Which one of them is the real me? I see now that not one of them is me. The one I am, the light body that I am, is the witness who observes the snapshot of all those selves I thought were me. Through each of the phases of my corporal life, the physical container is a responsible host and the temple of the Most High, the light from which I was expressed, the light into which I will be reabsorbed in a glorious reunion with the unfathomable. I give praise and thanks to the Most High for this gift. I rise into my new brilliance from the world of the perishable. I accept who I am. 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 I die to my ego self. I die to my ego self. I die to my ego self. I travel securely in a sophisticated vehicle made of light on this sacred journey of my immortal soul. My essence is transported in my chariot of light. This medium becomes my room with a view, my bridge between dreams, my bridge between ether and form. I breach the time-space continuum. I embrace ultimate reality. I become one with all. And I breathe. I inhale and radiate pure light. I exhale my fear of loss. I release my fear of death. I release my fear of life. I release my fear of change. I see life as fluid, not a fixed reality. I feel so free. I feel so free of senseless fear. My attention is drawn to my chariot of light. My transcendent journey has led me to the light that I am within. The light of the I am, within the I am that I am. As I live. I have always lived. I will always live in whatever form my essence takes. There is no veil between worlds. One world is our home. The key to re-entry is the realization of self. A being of pure light rising to the occasion of union with divine. Knowing our perception of separateness was pure illusion. I return as the chariot of light. I have become grateful for my transcendent journey. It is not a descent back into form. It is a shift of perception into form. A quickening of the spirit's fusion with mind, body, and spirit. I reject the perception that there is a veil between them without judgment. I close my third eye and breathe. I am comfortably settled back into my light body container. I am present to the resurrection of my more evolved higher self. I open my eyes, prepared to welcome this new day, driven by deep gratitude for the gift of my physical vehicle. My worst fears subside. The light within me can never die. The many roads I may travel respectfully represent the will of that which created all. I am both humbled and exalted. I die to my ego self daily. I rise from the ashes of my life as a phoenix into the realm of enlightenment. I die to my ego self daily. I welcome my daily resurrection. I die to my ego self daily. I welcome my daily resurrection. I die to my ego self daily. I welcome my daily resurrection. I die to my ego self. I stay in this moment of the eternal now. I give thanks for my being in this moment. I extend the manifestation of the healing light that I am outward to become a healing in the lives of others. One of the gifts of the Divine One is the power of naming things. And I name this day the most glorious day of my being. I know who I am, with or without a garment of flesh and bone, with or without the container. I am the contained. I am the scene. I am not the scenery. I am the contained. I am not the container. I am. I am. I am. I am.